Hello. Scared me. I was reading some spooky ghost stories. Snuck up on me there. Matt, again, here on Heroes for Hire Comic Club YouTube channel. I was just catching up reading some spooky stories before bedtime. Figured I'd make a video. We're going to review today Psylocke issue 1. I got the Art Stanley Art Germ variant. I'm pretty sure this is a mini series, but I'm a big X-Men fan. I like Miss Braddock a lot, Psylocke. So let's get into it, right? She's a member of the X-Men team, not the Uncanny X-Men team, but when he opens up, you see the X-Men team in their base, and they're like, "Well, Betsy's, Psylocke's late. Where's she at? Where's she at? It's supposed to be an hour ago." She shows up, and she's late. Um, she said her flight back was almost canceled due to a blizzard, and they're like, "Well, why were you in that area?" So then you flash forward, she was in Palmdale, California. Why were you in that dump? And she was in here jacking some fools up. You see here, all over the place. You hear them like screaming, like, "She moves like a ninja, dude. You can't just oh, he's right, a real ninja." So she's jacking these clowns up. She gets to this girl, asks her who she is. So are you what'd she say? Your father are you Mila Acker? Yes. Your father hired me to find you. I'm here to bring you home. But she said, my dad hates music. Mutants. Mutants. And he goes, well, his political career doesn't have to be your path forward. Now he's not the one rescuing you. There are more of them. What do we do? Oh no. So she jacks them all up. They're not dead, but she can use her psychic powers to make them all forget that even happened. She even did it to the senator's daughter there because she don't want her to know who it was that saved her. She gets her out of there and delivers her back to her father. She doesn't know why. Uh, you know. So then, and she said, well, and then when they asked her, like, where were you at? What were you doing? She said, nothing important because she don't want to tell them what she's doing. She's kind of moonlighting doing that. And so they're all like, well, glad you made us wait for something that's not important. And Magic points out that Quentin always complains too much. Um, so then Cyclops starts talking about they got another mission. They're on this 3K group that's trying to mutate normal people and turn them into mutants. So they're wondering why they're doing it, how they're doing it. That's in X-Men comics, so that's still a continuing story. A little curtain call of that. So then he tells her she needs to rest and have some R&R, basically relax. She's all pissed off about it. She don't want to go. She's kind of like one of the people that throws herself in her work, right? You know what I mean? She goes, he goes, I'm putting you on mandatory vacation leave. She goes, I don't have time for a vacation. People are killing us. They took Krakoa from us. And it wasn't enough for them. It will never be enough until mutants are eradicated from the planet and every other one. And every other one. You need me on this mission, Scott. And he basically says, no, you're staying here. I'm trying to look out for you. Find out also the writer of this book is Alyssa Wong. Here's the credits. Artist Vincenzo Carratu. Color artist Vera Cifuentes Sujo. Letter Ariana Marr. Okay. And Stanley Art Germ did the cover for the one I have. So she goes off. She's got a boyfriend. John Gray Crow is his name. He was a killer too. Of course, she was trained by the hand, as we'll get into here. And she welcomes her in. He's like in Alaska somewhere, I guess. He likes to live off the grid. She's having a nightmare. He tries to wake her up, and she pulls out her psychic sword, out of like just a reflex muscle memory. And she explains to him like it's hard to turn it off. I was trained by the hand to be a killer. You see how little she was there, and she was already killing people for the hand. The hand are unscrupulous people. Well, the next morning, she's in Anchorage, Alaska. The next morning, and her phone starts ringing, and I was hoping for a peaceful start to the day. So much for that. It's Devin D'Angelo. It's somebody she saved a while back, and she said, I'm kind of regretting it now, but he was the one that got that mission. He says, sorry, did I call at a bad time? I was Palmdale. I got the wire transfer from Mila's dad, so I figured the mission went well. I guess I could have left a message, but I knew you'd pick up eventually. So they got a relationship. She saved this kid, and from one of these mutant things, I guess, uh, round them up. But he's got another. So basically, he's speeding your missions, and he's like, I got another place for us to go. There's like this big party. It's hosted by AIM. I hope you like warm weather. So they go to Phoenix, Arizona, to the Gia Hotel, and she goes in. They says, "You got a invitation, ma'am." So Betsy's got Psylocke's got psychic powers. So he just touches his hand and go, "Of course I do it." She hands him like a subway card or something. So you got that going on. She gets in, and this kid that she's talking to, Devin, he gets all these bitches that enhance her psychic powers so she can talk to them psychically. And they're going through the room. She's looking at all these people, and she can hear all their thoughts, like they're saying some pretty bad shit to each other. She can hear people's inner thoughts, like you hear, "God, look at those legs," and looking at checking her out. Uh, then this guy's talking about this girl he's with. She's so drunk, just a couple more flutes of champagne, and she won't remember any of this. Then you hear people saying like, "Oh, I hate him. I hope he dies." And if we can patent this new type of MGH, we could make billions. So they're talking about this drug called MGH. Well, the auction's getting ready to start, and you see like I guess it's a scientist supreme right here, from AIM, and they're like talking about they got these little that drug I was just mentioned. I forgot its name already. MGH. If you take the pill, it gives you mutant powers temporarily, but it wears off. But they're having this new transdermal patch. It's like got a needle in it, so it can keep it going all the time if you want it. And so I think that's what the auction's about. But then they auction. They're getting ready. Let's start the auction, and they have all these kids that turn into mutants, and they're going to auction them off for 500,000 a kid to extract their mutant powers. So they're up to some shady, horrible stuff here. It could be it could remind you of a corporation nowadays the way they do stuff. Um, but let's not get into that. She's like, she gets pissed off when she sees it because she flashes back to how she was treated as a child and how she was trained to be a killer by this group of ninjas called the Hand. And he's like, he could tell she's pissed. She goes, bidding begins at 500 grand per mutant. Uh, she says, they're selling off the children. Wait, Psylocke, where are you going? She says, there's too many of them and the security's tight. You'll never get out of there alive. She's like, I gotta try. She comes to the front of the line and says, I'll take them all. And the scientist supreme says, perfect. The set of five will be $2.5 million. Done. She says, here it is. And she punches that dude punches her right through the head with that psionic sword of hers or whatever. And she just starts cleaning house, y'all. And you got these two guys. I think Skull Crusher's one of them. And he just starts like firing at her, and she's jumping all over the place. So they're hitting like innocent people. And he's like, the other guy's like, watch it. We're supposed to protect these people. Well, she jumps on this clown, gets in his mind and starts playing a little bit with it. Goes in his mind and starts playing checkers inside of it or something, and wants to know what's going on. And she finds out there's they were these children, these mutant children were trafficked from everywhere, not just this country. And then she kind of sees too much, it freaks her out, and this guy grabs her by the throat, like, I'm gonna get you now, right? And the other guy's like, yeah, I'll mess you up. And he grabs about five of these transdermal mutant patches and puts them on his neck. And all of a sudden he starts freaking out and turning into something crazy. And he's like, oh my God, what have I done? What's happening to me? So that kind of distracts the guy that's got Psylocke by the throat, gives her a chance to get back in his mind, mess his hind end up, for lack of a better word. And she goes after the one that's mutated into this horrible looking monster. I wouldn't want to take that home to my mom. And jacking him up. And she talks about like, she goes, why wasn't my resolve enough? I told John that killing was a reflex. This isn't what I want to be, but it was so easy to fall back into it. It's horrifying. I should be horrified. But what scares me is that I'm not. And you see, she's already wasted these dudes. They were all bad dudes, so don't feel bad for them. They're probably not going to go to the good place, as they say on that TV show. They're trafficking mutant children for 500 grand a pop. They don't deserve any mercy, if you ask me. So that's how it ends, and I'm sure it's going to be a good miniseries. Anybody at Travis Children don't deserve mercy. We know that. All right, mutant or otherwise. So I like this one. It's going to be a cool little miniseries. This is where it goes. It's just kind of like a secret agent thing. But I recommend it with a caveat. If you do not like Psylocke or the X Men, you're not going to like it. But if you do, like I do, you'll love it. So there you go. I think I described it the best way I could. So there you go. There you have it. And there you go. So now, thanks for watching. And, please like and subscribe if you like what I do. And hit the notification bell to notify you whenever I make new videos. I try to do videos at least every other day if I can, if humanly possible. I do unboxing and I do the reviews. And I have a show at 6 p.m. Eastern every week on Sunday nights where we talk about the new comic book day previews for the upcoming week and the top trending comics, and we talk about new movies coming out, and we show comic books just to have a blast. So if you enjoy all that kind of stuff, come check me out. And I appreciate all the subscribers I already have. And uh, I will be on 6:30 p.m. I mean 8:30. Sorry, scratch that. On Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern this week, my guest will be the Cheap Comic Collector for my episode 3 of Comic Conversations with Heroes for Hire Comic Club. And every week I will interview another comic book YouTuber. So stay tuned for that. Plus, many more fun things to come in the next year. I'm cooking up in my brain while I'm in my fortress of solitude. So stay tuned for all that. And until next time, true believers, Excelsior.